everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Eve. This is Everyday Artist and welcome. Let's see, it's past the mid of July. Let's see, it's the 17th of July. And this is Rogue. There's, I don't know, it's not a garbage truck, but there's a lot of banging outside. I don't know why. Maybe a landscaper. So she may be barking. I am very excited about almost having 300 subscribers. I'm very close. And so I have been planning, you know, I even went to the attic to see if there were some patterns I could look at, or, you know, something. I don't know. But I had a problem at the attic. And this is not a diss against the attic, okay? They're fabulous. Everybody that works there is so helpful and sweet. But I went on Saturday and it was, I don't know, 115, something like that. It was very, 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 very hot. And we went in the afternoon. And the air conditioner, I could feel it in the attic, kind of, in certain places. But I just got so hot while I was in there. And I found some fabric that I wanted, and I was, you know, ordering a pattern that I wanted for something else. And I just got to where I need to leave. And on the way home, I had to get a very, very cold drink, you know, the one with the blended ice or something. And I didn't care even what it was. I just needed to cool off because, you know, when I went back to my car, it was hot. So I'm going to try again as soon as my pattern comes in, or you know, I end up having 300. I don't want to buy them online. You know, if I'm there at the attic and I see a pattern that I really like, you know, if I want to pick up something else to go with it or something, it's just easier. And, you know, if you pick up a pattern, a lot of places will tell you these are the threads that it calls for. But if you have it in your hand and you're really looking at it and you're like, you know what, I bet you that thread is only just a few stitches, or, you know, it's just, I prefer going there and getting it. So I'm going to try again. Hopefully I will not have the same kind of overheating reaction. And here you have to just really listen to your body when you're overheating, because other people in there weren't having that issue, or if they did, I didn't notice it. But it's just very hard for air conditioners anywhere to cope. And some places go overboard, and it's like a, you know, it's like a refrigerator inside. So yeah, so I'm going to try again, maybe next week, or, I mean, maybe this weekend, you know, Thursday. I mean, they're only open Friday and Saturday. So maybe Friday or Saturday. I don't know if my pattern will be in yet or not, but I might find some I want to order. Who knows? Okay, enough about that. I will talk more about the weather later. I have a friend, well, I guess you could say she's become a friend. I've been watching her dad, and that family has had a calamity. She had to have an emergency appendectomy, and then he got sick, and so he's in the hospital, but she's down, she can't go see him, and he's upset, and he knows me. So I think I'm gonna go. But I just found out about this like right before I started filming. Well, actually, I started filming, and then I found out, and then I stopped, and then I started filming. You don't need to know that, do you? So if I'm a little scattered, I'm sorry. First, I made some more scissor fobs. I made a different kind of alien scissor fob. See, he's going, peace out. There we go. See, he has little man. And it's got some iridescent beads, and then these, to me, they look like planets. Anyway, little alien guy. And then I had these, I think this style is called steampunk bugs. I don't know why I bought bugs. I don't like bugs, but I did. See, because they're cool looking, right? Well, I've only done 3 of them. When I get the other 2 made, then I'll put them on the Etsy shop. But look, aren't these bugs cool? So this is the same bug as this one, but they're just a different metal. And that's the way the whole thing looks. And it has these, I thought those looked a lot like the bugs, so there. I'm trying to have it where the bugs face forward, and of course they flip back around the other way as soon as I... Anyway. If I have a picture, I'll put it here. So that's one thing that I did this week. Also, as you recall, I had finished this bookmark of the spring bookmarks. This one. And I dyed fabric for all of these at the same time and cut it up and had them all planned out, which one on which. So these are on 14 count that I dyed myself, and it goes this way. I finished. Yay! So now I have to decide which one I'm going to start next. It's not going to be soon. But if I put it back on WhipGo, you know which one I want to do. So yeah, I'm all excited. I haven't FFO'd it. This one, I had the sticky felt, and then I just frayed the edges, and I may do that again. I don't know. I may want to do something different. Who knows? It's kind of difficult to decide because honestly they feel fine just like that, but the edges would just fray, and so you don't want to have that issue. So I have to think about it. I worked some more on my cross stitch camp piece, and this is Chesapeake Bay Treasures number 5 Seahorses, and by Ardith Design, I believe. I guess it came out in 2022. And I remember that there was a whole bunch of them, like a crab and this seahorse and I don't know what all. I looked for these. I can't find them. Isn't that weird? Because when I was first thinking about doing a giveaway, I thought these are nice and they don't require tons of threads, and you know, I looked briefly at the attic. I told you the problems I had there. I looked on embroidery.com. I looked on 123 Stitch. So I'm going to have to go to these guys and see where they're being sold, if I decide that that's what I want to get. But this is how far I've gotten. So it's only a few more stitches this way, And this is the height. And there's some little branches that come off, but I decided to just go straight down and end there because I was running out of thread. And this little gap is where his little tail is going to come through. And then it has some random little things, so I thought it might be just as well to have a new thread for that. So I'm liking the way it's coming out. And at first I was like, but that's brown, it's not red. Because that looks reddish brown to me. But, you know, seahorses in real life, they're kind of a brown color. At least most of them. I used to have a membership at the zoo in Albuquerque. And when you have a membership at that zoo, you also can go to the botanical gardens or the aquarium on that same membership. So that meant that you could go for 5 minutes, you could go, you know, for all day, it didn't matter, and it didn't cost you any more to get in. Now, of course, you know, you had to buy drinks and all that because, you know, you're there with your child, you can't get away with not buying anything. But the aquarium was fascinating because they had a room that was relatively small. Now, they had lots of those, like, picture window things, and it had the big ocean guys, you know, in there, and it's wonderful. And as a matter of fact, their little cafe at the aquarium, this is in Albuquerque, there was one of those windows as one wall of the aquarium, so you could sit and eat and watch the, you know, sea turtles and all that. But they had a small room that had jellyfish and a lot of seahorses. Now, I know there's a lot of variety of seahorses, but I loved going because they were so close. You know, it was great. They also have a tropical rainforest building. It's not big, you know, but you can go in and like the birds and stuff are flying all. It's not an aviary because they've got other stuff there, but it's very hot and very wet in there. And from there you can go to the reptile house, which is fantastic. But I miss that zoo because here in Phoenix, I don't like the zoo. I love zoos. But the zoo here, it's so hot and everything is so far apart. So not a lot of shade to walk in and all that. I digress. So that's my cross-stitch camp piece. Hopefully I will finish that. I haven't been working on it every day because I was wanting to get that done, and I am almost done with this. I've got, her arm has, it's just ecru instead of white, just so that it gives it a little bit of dimension. And I have everything finished except the dark green, which goes, you know, in the rest of this shape. I'll put it right here so you can see. I've shown it to you many times, but it's almost done. And so now I have to figure out how I want to finish this. I really, really like it. You know what's nice about this pattern is that you don't have to have them in a row. You can do them individually and make ornaments. You know, you can take this little thing off and make an ornament. You know, you don't have to have them all as one piece, but I like the fact that it tells the story. So yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out. I have some ideas. I had some ideas when I started stitching this, which was way too long ago. Yeah. So since I finished my Whip Go, one of my Whip Go calls, the one I just showed you is another with cocoa. I have to pick up the next one, and that is Halloween Gnomes by Ursula Michaels for Imaginating. And that is where I am. And I'm still deciding if I want to put this on the words. They're kind of cute. I don't know. It's not something I'm going to have to worry about very long for a long time, because it's going to take me a long time to finish this. I think if I were doing it like on a 28 count or 32 count fabric, it would go easier because there's a lot of half stitches. And this is 18 count. This is 18 count that I dyed myself. And it is so hard to do the half stitches in 18 count with it so small, and having to try to poke it in there. A half stitch, if it's, and I don't mind half stitches. I don't care about half stitches. It helps you get curves and stuff like that. I don't mind doing them. But if the half stitch has no other color on the other side, they're easier because you don't have to match up that hole. For Ada, you're poking a new hole, and so it's hard to get it back in that other hole. So it's easier if it doesn't meet some other color. But on this one, like in the beard, there's lots of half stitches to make these little curves, and there's white half, meeting in there, so it can be a little bit frustrating sometimes, but I will persevere. So I'm supposed to do 10 days on this. I'm hoping to finish this guy and maybe start on this guy. So that would be this purple dude. He's very cute. Part of me wonders if I could just do 3 guys. Probably not. I shouldn't. I like all of them. This guy here, but these 4 are cute. Anyway, 10 days, starting probably today. I don't know. I might need to work on my cross stitch camp piece. And now we have my last piece, which is my temperature cell. Sapphire Mountain Handcrafts. Sapphire Mountain Handcrafts 2003 temperature cell. I love this pattern. I told myself I was going to go down and do the flowers. I haven't done that yet. Hopefully I'll do it soon. So that's Saturday. We were supposed to get those really hot temperatures this past week, and we haven't. Except for, I think this was 115. I think yesterday was 117. I don't know. It's been hot. And it hasn't been as hot as the weathermen say. It's going to be, like last week they told us it was going to be 120, and it never was. As a matter of fact, it went down. We had some 109. But, you know, once it gets a certain hot, you know, hot is hot. Now, we've reached the part of the year when the swimming pool, which is not heated except by the sun, feels like a bathtub. Now, I have a cool deck, so I can walk around out there barefoot, and usually it doesn't burn my feet. This time of year, yeah, it burns your feet. So you don't go swimming until, you know, 7, 8 o'clock at night. It's still light out, but, you know, yeah, the sun isn't as intense. So that is everything. I am very excited about getting that bookmark done. So I may go ahead and FFO that right away. I'm not sure. Is that everything I had? I think it is. So thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to go see if I can visit that gentleman because, you know, she's sick and that's his daughter, and yeah. Oh, speaking of heat, there was a news article that somebody in a wheelchair was found like the place that she was in front of called that she was in trouble, and you know, she was sunburnt and her inner temperature was really high, and I know that a lot of that was here in Phoenix. I know that a lot of states have been having very high temperatures, and I just wanted to impart. I used to take a lot of first aid. You know, I had to be certified in first aid, so I took it all the time. And one of the people that taught it, he said, if you think somebody is suffering from dehydration, that it's better to give them like emergency or something like that to replace their electrolytes rather than just pure water. So we have emergency here and I need to start drinking that every day just to keep myself hydrated, but I thought I'd let you know that those drinks with electrolytes in them. I'm not talking about like Gatorade that has a lot of sugar in it, because that sugar is certainly not going to replace your electrolytes, and it may actually not be good for you. But things that don't add sugar but help you replace the electrolytes, because when you sweat, that's a lot of what you're losing, not just water. So FYI. All right, I will see you guys next week. Hopefully I'll have my cross-stitch camp piece done, and maybe I'll FFO some stuff. We'll see. Hopefully I'll have the greatest story done, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.